Welcome to Venice, a city of golden light, winding canals, and the Bridge of Sighs, 11 meters of flawless white Istrian limestone and Baroque architecture. Millions of people flock here every year, fighting for elbow room to capture the ultimate symbol of Venetian romance on their phones. But that romantic reputation everyone is eager to photograph is a complete historical illusion. The locals who actually built and lived around this structure didn't find it poetic. They had a highly practical, unromantic name for it: the Covered Bridge. The credit for the rebrand goes to this man, the 19th century English poet Lord Byron. He coined the phrase Bridge of Sighs in his poem Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. Byron imagined convicted prisoners letting out a heavy sigh as they took one final, melancholic look at the city before descending into their cells. This 11-meter tunnel is now defined by an English poet's imagination. Byron created a legacy of melancholy that effectively replaced the bridge's original utilitarian history. Step off the gondola and go inside, and that romantic facade immediately falls away. The interior is dimly lit, cold, and claustrophobic. When architect Antonio Contini designed this in 1603, romance was absent from the blueprints. He built it strictly for the brutal efficiency of the Venetian penal system. Built for transit, prisoners took a 10-second walk to the new prisons. Engineered for isolation, a solid central wall ensured passing inmates couldn't whisper. The final view? Choked by thick stone bars. Plunged into darkness, prisoners saw nothing. This structure was an instrument of absolute state control and sensory deprivation. A poetic farewell was impossible. But to find the building's most famous story, you actually have to look up, right to the ornate roof and attic of the Doge's palace. In 1755, the notorious Giacomo Casanova was locked away in the Piombi, the lead rooms, a sweltering, oven-like attic prison directly under those roof tiles. Pop culture almost universally links Venice's most famous romantic figure to its most famous romantic bridge. The escape was grueling. He spent months secretly digging a hole through his cell ceiling, chipping away at the thick wood with a metal spike. On Halloween night in 1756, he broke out across the roof, bluffed his way past guards, and vanished into Venetian streets. Casanova fled the palace roof before he was ever transferred to the new prisons. Despite the postcards and the tours, he never actually set foot inside the Bridge of Sighs. He outsmarted the prison system and eventually history itself. His personal legend amplified the bridge's romantic mystique, even though he had nothing to do with it. Let's step back outside, down to the water underneath the bridge. This is where the modern myth-making industry operates. There's a great spatial irony here. When you stand on the embankment to take that iconic tourist photo, you are actually looking at the back of the bridge, completely missing the side that faces the prison. But the architectural angle doesn't matter to the tourism industry. They are selling a legend, the promise that if two lovers kiss under the bridge at sunset, their love will last forever. It is an incredibly lucrative commercial machine. Gondoliers actively queue their boats up, waiting for the golden hour to deliver this manufactured moment to paying couples. This tradition is a pure tourism gimmick. It is entirely divorced from the grim, suffocating history of the stone tunnel sitting right above those lovers' heads. The Bridge of Sighs persists as a testament to the power of a good story. It shows how easily a golden hour fiction can outshine a dark, windowless reality.